Hello, my name is Madeline, and I'm Vancouver's Light the Night 2022 Honored Survivor Hero. I'm also a PhD student at UBC pursuing graduate studies in medicine and working on a project which aims to describe, understand, and expand a group of immune system cells known as regulatory and natural killer cells, with the goal of hopefully eventually using these cells as a cellular therapy to treat complications of cancer treatment. And right now, I am situated in my lab at the BC Children's Hospital Research Institute, where I work under the supervision of Dr. Kirk Schultz, who is a pediatric oncologist and also researcher at the BC Children's Hospital. So my initial desire to work in this field of pediatric cancer came as a result of my diagnosis with non-Hodgkin's anaplastic large cell lymphoma at the age of 12. And prior to my diagnosis, I was a really active 12-year-old engaged in my school and community. But by the second half of my grade 7 year, my energy very quickly declined as I became quite sick. And I didn't display the typical symptoms of a common flu or cold, as I felt quite normal, just was very fatigued. A few weeks later, I then developed other symptoms such as swollen lymph nodes and a persisting high fever. And then after weeks of these symptoms progressing and my family doctor being unsure as to the cause of this illness, I had taken the day off of school and my parents took me down to BC Children's Hospital for further testing. And the doctors at BC Children's Hospital admitted me, and then the next few weeks consisted of different tests and visits from specialists as I gradually grew sicker and weaker, developing anorexia and being in a state that was difficult for me to walk or even stand. A few weeks later then, the oncologist had brought my parents and I into a family meeting room to inform us that I had stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, a more rare type of childhood cancer. And as I'm sure you can all imagine, my diagnosis was very devastating news for my family and I for many reasons, though we were determined to try and stay positive and overcome this obstacle together. So then throughout my grade 8 year, I was treated with chemotherapy as an outpatient, but unfortunately within 1 month of finishing my chemotherapy treatments, the cancer had relapsed. And this second time I was then treated with a stem cell transplant, which requires mega doses of chemotherapy and also full body radiation. And I received this treatment and recovered in an isolation room for multiple months. And the side effects were quite severe, and the isolation for my friends and family was also emotionally taxing. But fortunately, I did eventually recover from this transplant as my immune system regenerated, and ultimately this treatment was successful. And now, almost 10 years later, I've been in remission from my cancer. So as a result of these experiences, this has really instilled this great passion in me to make a difference and to use this chance at life that I have to try and change the future of children and adults alike who are affected by cancer. However, we know that this is not a job for a single person or sector. And in order to combat this disease that affects all of us, we all are going to have to come together and be involved some ways, including research and through volunteering, medicine, fundraising, all of these really great ways. And we also know that one amazing way to do this is through partaking in events and organizations like the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of Canada and Light the Night. So I thank you all for all of your contributions and the ways that you have tried to make a change and make a difference in the lives of people affected by cancer. You really are changing the life of so many. So thank you.